Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy. Help with gadgets, and got a really cool knife to take a look at today. This is the Brown Knives FSD-I, and this is on loan to me from Fred the Lug. Really appreciate him allowing me to take a look at it, disassemble and clean it, and review it, and all that good stuff. So, the maker of this one is Craig Brown. He's out of Blaine, Washington, and he is an aerospace engineer. He designs and machines everything in-house and does some like small batch type knife drops. And he makes a really cool knife. This is just one of the ones that he makes. He also has a mini Cortex, I believe is the current model that's out that is very popular. I've had a couple of versions of the button lock. I think I had a mini and a regular size, but this is actually a liner lock version, and along the same lines. Very, very cool knife. All right, let's go ahead and do some measurements on this. You're looking at about 3.5 inches on the blade length and a little less than 8 inches on the overall length. Let's look at the weight of this knife. Not real heavy. You're looking at about 4.25 ounces, and not bad at all. Alright, let's look at compared to some knives that you may be familiar with. We'll start out with our normal CGRB Pyrite and the QSP Penguin. Both of those are going to be smaller, of course, but if that's what you have and what you're comparing it against, then that might help you out there. Here is the Miguron Morial and the Vastid Penguin. Okay. We'll look at a very budget knife here next, that being the Ozark Trail. And then we'll look at the Kaiser Militao. The Militao is going to be just a tad larger than the FSD. So if you consider the Militao to be large, this one might be a little large for you. Here it is against the Benchmade 940, and then the Spyderco PM2. All right, we'll go ahead and look at the thickness of this knife. We'll go ahead and look at the Benchmade 940. Benchmade is going to be a little bit thinner than that, probably along the same lines. Yeah, the PM2 is just a tad thinner. Militao is probably going to be a little bit thicker. So there tells you how it might compare again against something that you may have. All right, in pocket, there it is against the Militao. Takes up a similar amount of space as the Militao. There it is against the PM2. PM2's, of course, taking up a good bit of space. Benchmade 940, and let's go ahead and do the Pyrite. Okay. All right, let me grab a pair of pants. Show you how it looks in pocket. So as you can see, that looks really cool in pocket. The milling on the pocket clip matches the milling on the knife itself. Sticks up a little bit, but just enough to where you can grab a hold of it. And with this cool milling pattern here, makes it real easy to grab that knife and pull it out of the pocket. Let's see. I'm not sure what the steel is on this one. I believe he uses CPM 154. I think that was what most of the ones that I had were. But I also believe he does MagnaCut and 20 CV as well. And if you go on his website, you can see a lot of the different versions. He keeps a kind of an archive of them, or at least at one time he did. So you can check those out if you care to. All right, the blade finish on this is like almost a stonewashed satin. You see the grind lines, but it's not really smooth. It's more of a working finish, in my opinion. if that, hopefully that's coming across on the video there. Opening methods on this one, you've got the top flipper, and you've got this this opening hole slash fuller there that makes opening, it's awesome. This one is one of the ones that you can sit there and open and close and open and close and get yelled at from your significant other because they're tired of hearing a knife snap. But that's just the way it is. Again, looking there, you can see how the milling matches up, and then if you look under the clip, you can actually see a flat spot there, so that it doesn't grab on your pockets so bad. You've got jimping here along the top, although it's not really, it's more for show than anything else because it's not really grippy there. You do have a forward choil that you can grip up on. There is some jimping there, but again, it's the same, kind of the same way. It's much like the, it's a little grippy, but not a whole lot, if that makes sense. Just some texture there, as it were. There's no lanyard hole on this one, by the way, if that's something that you're interested in. That's not going to do it. Price on these, I think, I want to say $850 or $900. I did not see any price online when I looked a little while ago, so I'm not sure the exact price. Usually on the drops, they'll mention what the price is, and it varies just a little from what I understand, depending on materials and milling patterns and such. He's got several different milling patterns that he does. This is a hollow grind, and so it's very, very cool. As hopefully you can see a little bit of that there. It's not wanting to show up real good, but a very cool knife, very comfortable in hand. It's wide enough and thick enough so that it is comfortable to hold on to. There's your lock up. There's no side to side, no up and down. I did do a disassembly and cleaning, so if you're interested in seeing the innards of this one, go take a look at that one. The access to the lock bar is very good, and there is some jimping there to help assist with the disengaging that lock. So, scale material, of course, is titanium, and as I mentioned, there's various ones. There may be some special versions as well that I'm not aware of. But this is a really cool knife. This is one that I really like. As I mentioned, I've had several versions of this. In fact, I had one of these on a similar version and was on vacation. Thought I lost the knife, and that's what made me a little leery of carrying around super expensive knives anymore. That kind of scared me a little bit. So, but I do like Craig Brown's design language, and the action on his knives is just superb. Just showing you how that blade looks there. So, let me know what you think about the knife in the comment section below. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so. Hope to see you again soon, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks.